Well, welcome to the Real Culture Show.
Thank you for having
We
me.
have Jae Lugo here. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are
Good.
you?
Doing good. And nice weather, huh? Finally,
Definitely.
something decent.
Yes, I prefer this kind of weather, to be honest. I like it to be fresh. I
Fresh?
don't like the heat.
Why? Because you fresh too?
Somewhat.
All right.
Yeah, it is. It is fresh.
It is fresh.
It is fresh.
All right. So we have you here in the studio, and tell us something about you. Like, introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, my name is Jae Lugo. Basically, I love to make music. I've been making music for a minute now. I'm more of an introvert, if that matters. But I'm more kept to myself. I'm very, I guess you can say, like I'm a recluse. I only come out when I need to come out. And basically, it's my only thing I love to do is make music and just enjoy life, you know. I'm a simple guy, to be honest. Nothing too complex about me.
Okay. And where are you from?
I'm originally born in McAllen, Texas. Well, I was raised in Mission. I lived up north for a bit. So I kind of lived up there till I was like 5. I lived in Indiana and Missouri and those areas.
What part of Indiana?
Marriott, Indiana.
Nice.
I was there for a bit, and I was also living in Springfield, Missouri for a bit. Came back down when I was like about 4 or 5 years old. So you can already imagine my accent was just different. And I've always been into literature and reading and writing. I've always been into that since I was 9. I've always been writing lyrics since I was 9. I didn't start making music till I was 17. So that's when I officially started getting on the microphone recording and stuff like that.
Okay. So once you got into the music, what was your go-to? Like, was it rap, R&B? What started making Jae Lugo?
Basically, I'm into all types of genres. I'm not really, I don't like to be put in a box. I love to make rock music, hip hop, pop, R&B, whatever comes into my mind. I'm a big fan of everything, as long as it's like soothing to the ear to me. If I like it, I'm gonna go ahead and work on it, or like I enjoy it. I'll even do techno if I have the equipment and the stuff to do it. I just love making music in general. But I guess I listened to a lot of Eminem growing up. Eminem's a big influence. That's the reason why I kind of take my time on my lyrics, and I kind of make sure they're very poignant, because I want to make sure that they come across in a general aspect where people can kind of like grasp onto it. And I feel like Eminem's always been a great storyteller.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
oh, yeah, dude.
most definitely.
I feel like he can get the point across, whether it's vulgar or not, or it's like very gory. He's like, he knows how to get his message across,
get
and
his
you feel what
message
he's
across.
saying. And I respected that, so I always wanted to do that myself as far as an artist, whether I make a love song or a rap song or a rock song or anything in that matter. I want the lyrics to resonate. So that's always been my big thing.
So you would consider Eminem an influence?
Definitely. I would say he's the biggest influence in my life as far as making music. It came to Eminem. I would always reference him. Like, that's my go-to. He's always been a big influence.
It's crazy.
Definitely.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, you say Eminem is your influencer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as far as Jae Lugo, all of your music is basically storyline, correct? Okay, me personally, that's my personal preference. I love music that tells a story. Out of all the songs that you have made, which one tells the strongest story?
Out of all my songs,
Like, which one really, like, man, that's a song that I just never get tired of hearing, or it's the one that hits you.
I mean, he has a lot of good songs.
Yeah.
Though. Like, I mean,
You
he got a lot of good songs, bro.
I definitely
Yeah, he
appreciate that. I just like, my mind's very like complex as far as like, I have so many different personalities as far as what I'm feeling. So like every song means something different to me as far as like the project itself. Sad Boy is always going to be my most important project, just because of mental health awareness and what I was going through during that time when I made it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I will never be able to make another project like that, just because those emotions are raw, and I felt that at the time.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
That's the best kind.
Definitely, like that's something. Sometimes it's hard for me to look back and hear those songs, just because it's like I hear where I was at that time, and it's kind of like it's like a mental scar. Kind of like you can't kind of have a bandage over it, you take it off, and it's still there. And those songs remind me of that. But it was more of a therapeutic process. But there's a song on that album that's called the Suicide Song, and that song, even though it's not like one of my songs that I promote the most, just because of what it means, I was more open on that song. I kind of talked about like, you know, like suicide awareness and stuff like that, and going through depression, and I know a lot of people like are too scared to open up about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I kind of like wear my heart on my sleeve a lot, and I'm very honest and open, and I just feel like people need to hear that, because I feel like a lot of people do feel that, but they just don't want to talk about it because they feel like they're gonna get judged, or they're gonna feel like they need to be pushed back, or they need to like man up, or just get over it. And I feel like that's not the right way to go through things. You know, it's okay to feel, it's okay to go through some certain things and let it out. You know, now if you stay there and you just weep around it, then that's different. You know, but you have to get up and fight, but you also have to express yourself.
Yeah.
And that song is like basically the epitome of that. I kind of let everything out on the floor and talk about like what's really going through my mind and kind of giving up, you know. But like it's kind of like a sense of like giving up through the microphone instead of like actually harming yourself. I'm letting out my pain through the microphone. Yeah. Letting out like what would happen if I did do that, and it's kind of like still killing that pain inside of you, but without harming yourself. And that's why I'm so grateful for music, and I feel like that song is the one that I definitely would let people hear. If they don't know.
I mean, my opinion towards you is that, and I'm just gonna say it, there's a lot of artists out here. I'm gonna say it, bro. I don't give a shit. Some are monotone and some stay on the same fucking cadence. But like you, cause when I first talked to you, bro, that's when you did that feature with Glow, and you guys did that. But when I saw that different side of you when you did that Bonita song, I was like, holy shit. Like this guy's like, he changes it up, and that's good shit, bro. Like
definitely, bro. I appreciate that, by the way, and that you acknowledge that. And it's like the music itself, like I try to, whenever I drop a project, I always try to do something different. And just because I don't like to be kept in that box, or in that I guess you can say a stereotype that, oh, he's just the same artist, or he's just like everybody else in the Valley. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of talent in the Valley. And
there's a lot. I mean, it's my opinion, but I'm saying some people are monotone. If I said all, my bad. I said some. Some people, don't kick my ass for it. Some people are monotone.
Kick.
Yeah, so don't take it personal.
It's just, I just feel like that all comes with time, and I just feel like you also have to have the right people around you to tell you, hey, you need to try this or try something different. Yes. Me, I'm my own worst critic. I will like always tell myself I'm not doing good enough before anybody else will. And I try to always push myself to the limit. So when I tried making Bonita and like making those kind of songs, I was like, man, okay, people love Angel. So like, let me go ahead and try to make something that's in that range, but a little bit different. Let me take it up a different notch. And so I went into the pop era, and people like
that shit. That is hot, bro. I like that. Like, and like I said, like I was telling you before we started this show, one of the models, Valeria Hernandez. She likes your song, bro. Like, her and her friends were singing the word, and I'm like, I knew that song. It stands out, bro. I was like, my opinion, you should push shit out of that song. And I've already told you that. I already told you to push that fucking song.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate anybody who's like listening to it, and shout out to Valeria for showing some love on that song, because that's I'm very how can you say, not insecure, but I'm very like doubtful of myself. I kind of like run over my music, because like it's different from hearing it from as an artist, you making it, and then as far as other people.
I feel we are all like that, bro. Yes. We're all like that. We'll make something and we're like we're not sure about it, but somebody's like, hey, that's good. Like, sorry.
No, definitely. I'm like that all the time. I'll make something and everybody will be like, hey, that's how you should drop that. And I'm just more like, it's because I see my music more as like as a business aspect as well, because you have to see it that way, because if you treat your music as a hobby, it's going to be a hobby. But if you treat it as like, this is like do or die, and I need to do this, and I need to take this serious, and like how can I treat this like a business, it's like any business you would have, you wouldn't want that to just like, oh, it's whatever, you're gonna half-ass it, because then that business is gonna shut down. You would want your business to thrive, and you're gonna do anything in your will to make sure that thrives, and you have to find out different business plans and different ways to make money, and the same way with the music, but still keeping that passion intact. Because if you go ahead and think about the money and think about the fame and think about all these other like materialistic things that come with it, you're just not gonna last long in that. So I just feel like you need to always have that passion, and I feel like a lot of artists, I've seen it time and time again, that they just get one buzz off of one song, and they think that they made it, or they think that this is it, and then they just go ahead and go downhill.
Right.
And they just get a little bit of buzz, and then they fall off, and it's like, you gotta have that passion intact, and you gotta be true to yourself. Like, that's why you gotta have tunnel vision and block out the outside ears and just take compliments with a grain of sand or a grain of salt, because if you go ahead and just like, oh yeah, I guess I'm doing good on that, and then that your ego gets filled with all these false compliments, and then you just get overwhelmed and you just lose yourself. And I just feel like you gotta be able to take those compliments and just be like, okay, you know what? I still got a lot of work to do. I still gotta do this. I'm on the right track, but I need to keep going. And you just gotta have that. That's why you gotta just be humble and just keep working. I just don't really talk. I don't really go out there and say. I see a lot of artists out there talking like that. You know, I don't do that. I just make music, and I hardly go out. To be honest, I just.
Yeah, you're to yourself guy, man. That's what I've noticed about you.
Yeah.
And that's good though, man. That's good.
Yeah, it's very good because you don't want to catch those negative energies in your bubble, you know.
No, definitely, and then there's just a lot of people that spread false rumors a lot too,
Yes.
and they just try to destroy your character for just the benefit of themselves.
I know that.
And it's just you just gotta ignore all the naysayers and
Yes.
keep going and just push your people who are true and real will never go ahead and do anything to discredit you. Like as far your work will always speak for itself, and
Exactly.
your motives and your actions always speak for themselves. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm not perfect.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Bro.
Nobody is even close to that, and I just feel like as a human being is about reflecting and realizing what you're doing in your life, and as long as you have the pure intentions, you're always gonna go far in life. And that's just, I feel like that's where having the right circle and the right set of friends comes into play.
Yes.
And what separates you from some of other artists is that you went to school for engineering, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Like, hell yeah, bro. Because
Nice.
I remember having a conversation with Sean Mecca. Shout out Sean Mecca. Yeah, shout out Mecca.
Shout out, Mecca.
But
Sean Mecca.
I had a conversation with him. I told him that I was working with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh shit, bro, for real. Like, that dude went to school for engineering and shit. Like, it's like nothing but good praise, bro. Like, so talk about that, bro. Like, how did that come about?
Definitely. Well, just a big shout out to Sean Mecca. I know me and him go way back. We actually recorded that "Now I'm Talking About" song. I was actually with him when he had recorded with Lil Flip. I was actually in the studio with him. I just came back from school. This was like about, I think this was 2015, summer 2015 if I'm correct. And basically I had gone to CRAS, which is a conservatory of recording arts and sciences in Arizona. The reason I went to school was because at the time that I started making music, I was about 18, 19 when I wanted to take this serious. And back then it was pretty hard to find an engineer or like find a producer or to go online. Like nowadays you can just go on Facebook and just like there's an engineer every corner. You go on a different friends, there's a different producer. Now you don't even have to look for them, they come looking for you. And back then it was kind of like it's kind of hard to do that. And so I was like, you know what, I want to be able to engineer my own stuff. I want to produce my own stuff. I want to be able to rely on myself and not having to go out somewhere or having to wait for someone to send me a song or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went to looking into that itself, and I'm gonna go ahead and shout out someone else. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out Hector Quintero.
H
is the reason why I went to that school. He actually was the one that recommended me to go to that school. And I actually learned a lot from H, like myself as well. He taught me a lot of stuff. Like when I first started, I would watch a lot of YouTube videos and make some of my own, record myself. And even though it sounded like trash and shit, but I would go ahead and work on that. It was like my Play-Doh. I would just go and do whatever I wanted. And once I went to school, I came back from school. I was there for about a year. And it was hands-on, so I learned a lot of stuff. I learned from Grammy Award winners and stuff. Like my instructors were, one of them had won a Grammy for working on Michael Jackson's Thriller. Nice. So like I was with a lot of talent, like people that actually been in the industry and that know what they're talking about, and like like they teach me like certain things that you're just like, you just stay like flabbergasted. You're just like, what's that? I didn't even know that was possible, and you hear stuff that's so clean. It's like when you hear stuff in a $1 million studio, bro, it's like you hear things like, dude, I've been hearing stuff wrong my whole life. You know what I mean? Like you hear there's certain things. It's like, yo, I didn't even know that. So like that's where I fell in love with the music in a different side, in the technical aspect. Yeah. So when I came back, I just started to network with different people, and Sean Mecca was one of the first artists that I networked with. He actually gave me a shot. Shout out Sean Mecca. I was doing my internship, and I needed some hours to go ahead and get my internship, so I went ahead and finished those off with him. So I went ahead and did that with him, and he kind of gave me like a little boost and got me little gigs and stuff like that. So we did that song with Lil Flip, and that was crazy. Lil Flip was a different vibe for sure. That's like my first taste of like, okay, it's like working with an actual artist, big artist, like that's like not local. So yeah, man, like I would just say like if anybody's listening to this right now, like when they listen to this, I want them to be like, hey, go to school, learn that. Man, you can go do online classes now. Yeah. Back then you couldn't have that. Now you can literally go send you a laptop to your house and you just like learn how to engineer.
It's crazy, bro.
It's it's a big skill you should have. I feel like every artist should have nowadays, because independence is like the number one thing right now. Like, I feel like you should be independent. Like, don't rely on a label, because if you sit around waiting for a label, they're gonna screw you over.
Yeah.
Like, I went to school and I learned business there too, so that's the reason why I market my own stuff.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But yeah, definitely.
Okay. So you spoke about Sad Boy, but right now you have out Lover Boy, which just got out. Tell us about Lover Boy.
Yeah, Lover Boy. So like Sad Boy was more of like it's like a kind of like I want to go ahead and do like a trilogy of different sides. So Sad Boy was more like during my depression and during the time that I was going through a dark phase in my life, and Lover Boy is more of the romantic side, like the hopeless romantic, like for people that are like hopeless romantics out there that, you know, are me. I speak for myself. Like I'm a hardcore lover. Like I'm a hopeless romantic. Like I'm the type to like fall in love quick. I get attached fast. I'm very needy in that aspect as far as like emotional connection. And that album, I had a hard time figuring out that album. And like I wanted to create it after Sad Boy, but I didn't know how to create it. And along the line, I just fell in love with someone, and then that person basically inspired that album. So I took my experiences from that relationship and I went ahead and added it to the album. So that whole album, I wanted to make it into a movie. I like to make conceptual projects. So that album was more of like a storyline, kind of like any relationship. You know, it starts off lovey-dovey in the beginning. It's like, oh, like I just got a girl, or I got a guy, and I'm happy, and we're in love, and we're going out all the time, and then it takes a dark turn. You know, like every relationship starts off happy, and then sometimes it turns dysfunctional or toxic, and that's where it does that. The whole sonnet where it kind of flips, and from the beginning happy to dark. So that's why that album is still reflecting on mental health awareness, but in as far as relationships, because there is depression, there's also mental health when it comes to like just individuals, and then there's also mental health abuse and stuff like that in relationships as far as toxic relationships. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that kind of stuff because I feel like at the end, like either too embarrassed to talk about it, or they feel overwhelmed, or they feel like people are not going to understand or judge you. And I myself, like I'm very open-minded, so that project was more, it's deeper than it is, you know. I wanted to make something lovey-dovey because I was going through those emotions, and I still am, and but that is just like I wanted to still keep it true to myself, you know, and help out those people that are like, you know, I love a lot. Like there's different types of people out there that feel like misfits, that feel misguided, or that feel left out. Yeah. And there's music nowadays, you just go and turn on the radio and just hear about partying and doing drugs and like you know, being like a cheater, or like, you know, I'm gonna take your bitch, or this and that, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's like, okay.
Or that booty shaking, that swerve shaking, or something.
And it's like, I feel like that's just to keep the, you know, the money coming in. Yes. But we're like, you can still make good music, but still have substance to it. And I try to do that a lot, and I feel like it's harder nowadays because now you gotta calculate the audience. Like, okay, nowadays I'm gonna target these kids, but these kids only care about this nowadays. It's like, but they're out of those 10 kids, there's one kid there that still believes in love or believes in this kind of like morals and stuff because their family taught them that. So like I try to aim for that, and it's just like eventually that will grow on, and it will grow on other people, and eventually they'll start. Because like my music grows on you, like at least from my perspective, from hearing it, like you hear the first time, you're like, oh yeah, whatever, and then like after a while hearing it over and over again, it catches on, like it grows on you. Like Juanito's that exactly that same, because when I first heard it, it's like, oh whatever, and then like now you hear it and it's like, okay, you kind of like, you know, it just goes on you. It's just those catchy things like that I try to work on and stuff. And Lover Boy is just basically the raw form of who I am now. Like Sad Boy was when I was going through that phase. Lover Boy is what I'm in right now. I'm in love. I'm like whooped over someone. So like that's basically try to mold it into me. But like, how can I make that cool? So like that album, that's where it came. That's how I manifest.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Random question.
Go for it. I'm ready for it.
Okay, here we go. Here they come.
Your favorite movie, bro?
I actually was telling myself this the other day. The Water Boy by Adam Sandler, and I'm gonna say that Adam Sandler's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
And then you told me the other day top 5 like Adam Sandler movies that can knock him out real quick.
Well, honestly, I've been hearing that he's making a sequel to The Water Boy. That's what I hear.
If this is true.
That's what he's like, if this is true.
I'm gonna hold your word on that.
How the plot would be, I have no idea. But
Wow.
He might be a coach.
Maybe,
Yeah,
coach.
he might be-
Maybe it's his son.
Maybe his son might be the next water boy.
just watch him on the ESPN.
Yeah. See, I'm an H2O girl.
Mama said.
Mama said.
No, but shout out to Adam Sandler. Like, I mean, I've had the chance to meet Adam Sandler. He's like the GOAT.
I love Waterboy, but I think I gotta go with Billy Madison, bro.
Billy Madison.
I love fucking Billy Madison. Bro.
Little Nicky's also like.
Little Nicky
Oh my
too,
God,
bro.
Little Nicky.
But you know how so fucking dope, bro, that like whatever movie he makes, he sticks with the same fucking crew, like his friends, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's what makes
that's
it genius.
dope, bro. That's fucking genius,
That's
bro.
the genius of it. Like he's like, yo, we're gonna make another movie, and you just like, you know, it's a good Adam Sandler movie when Rob Schneider comes out saying,
Oh,
you
shit.
can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God.
the thing is, all of them are fucking funny, bro. Like
Definitely.
they're all funny, bro. Like
They have their own.
they
and
can
all
hold
have
their own.
And they all have their own. They have a twist. It's all comedic and stuff, and at the end it has a twist. Like Click, like it's all funny, and then at the end it has that dark twist. Like,
Yeah.
And Click's also one of my favorites up there.
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups, that's a good movie.
Did you see the second one?
Yeah, I seen both of them, dude.
I don't think there's not one Adam Sandler movie that I haven't seen. I've seen most of them. That's like out of all the actors or like people that I watch movies from, I've seen mostly every Adam Sandler movie.
What's that one where Daddy's, was it Mama's something son, Daddy's boy? Man.
The one that he's with
The
the
one
little
with-
boy, the blonde boy.
Yeah.
What's it called? Oh shoot.
Man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
where
it's
he has
where-
sex with the teacher and then he has a kid.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And he teaches him how to take
Yeah.
a leak, and it's on the wall or something outside.
Yeah, it's
What's the name of
it's the
the
guy
movie?
from the Lonely Island, right?
Yeah, that guy.
Adam
That's
Sandler.
damn, bro. It's the tip of my tongue. Yeah, Adam Sandler. There you go.
I think his dad is. I think it's something like along those lines. I know what you're talking about.
We gotta Google it.
Where he like goes with Vanilla Ice at the end, trying to go to the wedding and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that movie's badass. I love that
The
movie.
Cobbler is also one of my favorite.
The Cobbler.
The Cobbler, just like that. And Adam Sandler's like, I mean, he has it like he does some crazy twists in some movies. Sometimes like you don't even see him coming, but it's just Adam Sandler. You know, that's what makes Adam Sandler. Like his like taste in fantasy and like adding little comedic stuff in there.
The Cobbler is the one
the
where
shoemaker.
he's like foreign, right?
And he's making a shoemaker. He's a shoemaker, yeah, and he's like making shoes for people and stuff. And then like he ends up like living their life, like putting them on. He puts on their shoes and he lives like. With
Oh
them.
yeah. There you go.
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like on the whole little trip.
It's crazy. Man. I know we went off topic. I'm just.
No.
Definitely, that's
I'm
the whole
just
point
saying.
of like
Yeah, we're exploring, who he
Definitely.
is, what he
Yeah.
likes,
There's
it's all-
other things, more things to know about Jay. You know,
Yes,
than just
exactly.
music, bro.
Yeah, I love watching movies in my spare time. Like that's one of my. I haven't been watching TV lately. I don't really watch TV. I'm more of like internet surfing kind of guy. So like I'll watch videos or I'm a big screen sharer. So like I have an Apple TV. So like whenever I'm on my phone and I see something, I'm like pop it on my TV and I'm like that's what I do. I don't really like go on like let me go on ESPN or whatever. Like
Just flick through.
yeah, I look through the sports through my phone. I'm weird, bro. I don't like to like TVs that I kind of go through my phone. I just feel like it's just.
I think it's just annoying with the remote that you gotta click
Yeah.
and type when you're. Yeah, it's
It's way to the
annoying.
future. They're gonna end up. Samsung gonna end up being like the first one gonna be like.
You think
Yeah.
so? You think?
starts?
Yeah.
Yeah, some Star.
I think-
some
yeah,
Star
you're
Trek,
right, I
that's
think
some
so.
crazy shit, bro.
Sure,
That'd be crazy.
It's coming though. It's coming.
You see, I catch myself doing that because one of my laptops is real, like touchscreen flip, looks like a tablet or whatever. I go past my TV and I'm just like, oh wait a minute, it's the TV. It's not the damn
That's
laptop.
crazy.
So that would be dope to have a TV
Definitely.
like that.
Because I've seen a video where Apple, they have like it's like an iPhone, but it just the screen comes out of your arm.
What? Nah, that's too much.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah,
bro.
That's too
I would imagine
They're
being
already-
used in-
They're scanning your
I
blood
wanna
and
play to a text real
everything.
quick.
Hell yeah, bro! Like they already warned us, bro. Terminator, bro. They're gonna take over shit. Bro.
Skynet.
What? Hell yeah, bro. What? It's not. It's some real
Hey,
shit, bro.
I don't want to go missing. I ain't thinking.
They already make you see all the
Artificial intelligence.
yeah,
is
you see
already
all those
Yeah.
cyborgs or robots that they're making. and
Yes,
shit?
that's
Like,
crazy.
Have you seen the movie AI?
Oh, yeah.
That movie that's exactly what the future's gonna
Did
be.
you see Megan?
No, I haven't seen Megan.
Nah,
It's
that's
similar
some
to that.
crazy
It's
ass
crazy
shit,
as
bro.
movie.
Oh,
It's
so
creepy.
She's like a robot or what?
She's a robot, like
Like
they make her
painting robot or whatever.
It's crazy.
I need to check it out.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's not. Well, to me, it wasn't scary. It was just creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You were just like, what?
I feel like they're
oh
warning.
my
I feel like
God.
Hollywood's warning us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
oh
that's
no,
really all
let's
they
not
do.
go there. Let's
Yeah.
not go there.
I
They
mean-
didn't shut this right now. Before you didn't get shut down.
Let's not
I
go
know,
there.
right?
One of us
Okay.
may not be here tomorrow.
Cameras start bursting.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Interference.
That's so crazy.
That's you. That's your thing.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, because we don't want to get into conspiracy.
That's
Speaking of conspiracy.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna bring
Don't
something
even bring
up.
what I think you're gonna bring up.
Yes,
'cause-
I'm gonna bring it up. We
What?
spoke about it.
What?
If I go missing, I'm sorry.
Okay. There's video of
Don't.
no? Are you
No,
sure?
Of what? Of what?
Are you sure?
what?
MJ and EP.
MJ and EP.
Remember we talked about it?
Oh shoot! Yeah, go for it. Go
Alright.
bring it out. Bring it out.
Okay.
Bring that shit out. Yeah.
Okay, this video is very, it is controversial, but it talks a lot about these two artists on who did it first. And it's obvious in the videos. It doesn't lie. I had sent it to Quez and he was just like, wow. Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley. There is a lot of stuff that we see that Michael Jackson originated, but honestly, Elvis Presley was the originator. And Michael Jackson, there's certain things that he just improved to make it look better.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, I know what you're trying to like. Yeah, I feel like the industry is like that.
Yeah.
With everybody. And it's the same thing even here in the Valley. We can be doing something that looks better, even though somebody else already did it.
Definitely.
And they're just like, oh my gosh, they're taking it from me. They're copying it from me.
Oh,
and
no,
this and that.
It's just that
There's a lot
this
of
other
things.
person makes it look better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. I feel like at that point, there's like they're not even. It's just being a parody because you're copying something and changing it to your own way. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of like that here.
It's like sampling.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much.
It's like sampling,
Exactly.
sampling and making it your own way. And then there's certain things you can do that you can sample and still be original.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people I feel like they take they'll take your idea and literally take the colors and everything. And just mold it a different way and be like, oh, this is it. And Hollywood and just the music industry itself are like that too. There's a lot of industry plants out there that are just waiting,
Hell yeah,
and
bro.
they have songs there. I mean, technically, if you think about it, a lot of these labels own the artist's music, so including the lyrics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they
do
can
that.
end up changing the song and
Yeah.
making it better with someone else. Like you can probably pull it off.
Yeah, and me personally, I do think a lot of the mainstream record labels and everything are looking at people like us just to pick and take it to the bigger artists.
Definitely, because
Yeah.
they find that's why they look in SoundCloud a lot. I mean, like now that we're talking about this, there was a time where I would be on Instagram and I would be sharing my stuff, and then random artists that were verified would be looking through my stuff, like Kobe O'Donis. I'm talking Kobe O'Donis. There was like some other artists that were there. That
I haven't heard that name in the longest time.
I know, like Kobe O'Donis was looking through my stuff. There's a lot of artists that were. There's another producer too that was, I forgot who it was. I think I'm not sure. It was a big time producer too that was looking through my stuff. I was like, dude, I don't even how are you looking through my stuff? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of them do that to find the next thing, whatever,
Yeah.
and then just take it and be like, oh, these guys. I'm pretty sure they know like, oh, these guys are not copyrighting their stuff. They're not doing nothing. They don't know the business side of it, so they just take their stuff.
Exactly.
And a lot of big time artists do that, and that's why you just gotta publish your stuff. My stuff's published.
That's great.
Like I have mine. Everything's published through ASCAP. So like my songwriting and all my credits are literally published. I've been publishing my stuff since 2017. So I went to school to learn that stuff because I want to make sure that nobody takes my stuff.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of local artists don't do and don't know, that they need to get the ASCAP, they need to get the BMI,
Definitely.
you know, they need to get all that published and
That's
registered
like
and everything.
that's the
The first
biggest
thing you should.
Yeah.
step right there.
Yeah.
It should be the first thing you do before you even start making music. Is like copyright your name as a songwriter, because you can copyright your artist name all you want or your business, but if your lyrics are not being protected or your music itself is not protected, someone could be
Exactly.
streaming your stuff in freaking
Just
Russia,
take
Yeah.
it.
and they
Just
could be
take it.
taking your stuff, or some guy in Russia could be performing your song and you wouldn't
You don't
know
even
it's
know.
that, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like I was like, oh, this is Jae Lugo.
And
I
again,
was there in
yeah,
Russia or something,
and then-
or Ukraine, I don't know.
Yeah, and then again, that's where that comes in, where somebody can just make what you did
Mhm.
better, but
Yeah.
it could be across the country and you have
Definitely,
no
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, it's like that's just like the number one thing you should protect is always your music, and just like do it right, you know. Take your time, and like especially if you're an up and coming artist and you have not released one song. Like if you're watching this, it's like my recommendation would be just go get everything legit
Yes.
before you drop a record, and go copyright your stuff, get an LLC, like get a distro kit or get a TuneCore and just publish your label, get everything done right, and then drop a record. And just make sure you take your time before you drop your first record, because I feel like a lot of artists just be like, oh, I'm gonna drop it, and then they don't get the reaction that they expected, and then they just start, either talking shit or they start blaming other people, or they no one supports them, and it's like, nah, you just gotta, it's just there's a lot of different layers that can come into play, and I feel like people should just look in the mirror and be like, at the end of the day, it's me.
It's always gonna be you at the end of the day. Like, who gives a shit what anybody else says, bro? Like, it's like I always tell everybody, bro. I've met him. I've told you too. Like, not everybody's gonna be. You're not always gonna be that person's cup of tea, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, it is what it is. If they don't like you, somebody else is gonna like your shit, bro. Definitely. Like, regardless, like, just keep on moving.
You just gotta keep pushing, and you just gotta keep trying new things. Eventually, you're gonna end up finding that one lane or that audience that's gonna like stick, and you just gotta keep finding your sound, because it takes time. It's like music is a spiritual thing too, and not just a physical thing. It's like music is like also an embodiment of who you are, and like once you get to that era, like once you find out yourself, you figure yourself out who you are, the music's gonna relate to that or resemble that, because like I feel like a lot of artists, when they finally get that breakthrough, is because they finally found themselves, and I feel like a lot of people don't get that breakthrough because they don't look in the mirror and like, hey, what do I need to improve, or who am I, like who do I want to like embody, like when people see me, what do I want them to see? And I feel like a lot of people don't have those deep talks with themselves. Like, I feel like they're just like zombies, like walking around, like just doing whatever they see the next person doing, and it's like,
should be another song right there.
There's a lot of stuff that have in the world that's why these concerts, like these thoughts are like premeditated, because like there's some stuff I think about at night, and it's just like, man, like how can I improve myself? And this is the reason why Loverboy came to be, because it's a big improvement from Sad Boy. Like, I feel like my music's getting smoother, it's getting cleaner, more sleek, it's more polished, because I'm finding my sound and my flow. Once I feel like I'll eventually get there, and I make music every day, bro. I don't stop. Like, why really bet? If somebody is in the club partying or whatever, I'm literally just making music all the time. Like, I was just keeping track of, like, in the last year alone, I dropped over 100 songs. Just last year alone.
Wow.
That's crazy, bro.
And that's just like stuff that I already released, that not even like, that I still have a lot of other songs that are not done, that I don't finish, or I need to redo stuff, or like, it's just never stop working. But I feel like that's the number one thing people do, is stop working. They get complacent and they stay stagnant, and they're like, oh, I got a buzz, I'm good, I don't have to drop nothing, and then it's like, nah, bro, forget about shit like that. Quick. You just gotta stay, you just how bad you want it. And I feel like a lot of people just don't want it that bad.
No. Yeah. I mean, you're right.
What are your goals for 2023?
Just drop as much more music as I can, and also just get my face out there as much as I can, and get my music out there as much as I can. Drop more videos, drop more content, and just do more community work. Like this year, I really want to focus on giving back to the community and doing stuff for the community. And I want to help more artists, like as far as like mixing, mastering, or like just artist development. I feel like I do a lot of artist development for the people that are around me that kind of like fuck with me. I kind of give them pointers and stuff, and a lot of people do come up to me and ask me, hey, how does this sound, or what do you think I should do, or whatever, and I give them my honest opinion. And I'm very critical when it comes to stuff like that, just because I want to make sure you're getting better. I don't like to I'm not gonna sugarcoat and be like, oh yeah, it's hard, bro, it's hard, and then like, when you drop the song, you don't even share it. There's a lot of people that do that. They'll be like, they'll be like, hey, bro, that sounds hard, bro, and I don't know what. And then you drop it, and then they don't even share it. And it's like, bro, then what?
Yes.
It's like, well, but you can literally, like, you know what I mean? You think I'm dumb, but like, it's just like that kind of stuff is just like I pick up on that kind of stuff. So it's like, all right,
bro.
And it's just, you gotta like, at the end of the day, you just gotta just work hard and just ignore all that naysayers. There's a lot of people that are fake. They'll say they fuck with you just because they want something out of it, and then they want you to support when they drop their stuff, but then they won't support you, and it's don't even worry about it. And no, definitely like I do help a lot of people out as far as when it comes to artist development, and like one of like my nephew actually, Cy Young, I've been helping him make music since he was 9. So like now that he's older, he's like 18 now, like he's actually starting to do his own music and stuff like that. I've been helping him work on his own EP and stuff, and he's been developing and stuff like that as far as like artistry and and stuff like that. And he's like huge improvement. Sometimes I wish I had that growing up, But I love doing that. I love helping out in the community, and that's what I want to do this year, just really help out and put my face out there, my name out there a little bit more. I feel like I've been kind of like back in the scene and not really putting my face out there.
Yeah.
And just like I drop music, but I'm not really like out there, so I need to get my face out there.
Yeah, you need to get out there, bro. Like I say, like you're one of the artists that I feel that are very underrated, bro. You got good shit. There's a lot, like it's like you said, like there's a lot of talent out there. There's shitloads of talent, bro. But it's just that there's some that are very, very talented and they don't get the, I guess the
proper recognition.
The recognition. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Definitely.
The proper recognition that they deserve, bro.
No, definitely. And like I'm always very humble as far as like working, like, and like sometimes I do feel like, yeah, like okay, I've been doing this for a minute and I know I'm dropping good stuff and I feel like I'm just being overlooked, or it could be something else that could be into that, but I never really try to dwell too much on that because like I feel like I'm just gonna drive myself insane if I just like worry about what other people are not doing for me. So I was like, you know what, while you're there still trying to process this, I'm gonna be dropping the next big thing. And that's why I'm just trying to work and constantly dropping new sounds, and I try to like create new stuff that's never been created before. Like Loverboy, I sing more Spanish there. It's more, there's a lot of records there where I'm singing more Spanish, and I feel like people are not used to that from me.
That's
like,
good though, bro.
Yeah, that's really good.
Bonitas, for instance, like like that, all that stuff is like, I was freestyling. That whole thing was freestyle. I literally just punched in. I was just on Pro Tools and I just punched in.
I remember you're like, hey, listen to this. I want you to hear this. I'm like, okay. And I was listening. The beat came once the beat started. I started bobbing my head like, man, this is a badass beat. Mm-hmm. And then right me, and I was like, the fuck is this? And then you're like, it's me. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you doing this shit for? Stick to this. It's good. Yeah, but I mean, everybody got their taste, bro. But like, that's, I don't know, bro. It just stands out. That style that you throw out, like with that, it just stands out.
It's like funk pop with a mix of like rap, and it's like I try to do a lot. Like I'm saying, like I'm a big fan of different genres, and I feel like that helps me create certain different aspects. And then on the second verse of Bonita, I kind of do like a Caribbean vibe, like love the way you move.
And that's the thing. That's what I like about you too, bro. Like it's not the same pattern.
Yeah.
It's different cadence, bro. And that's what some of these artists, some of these artists, like they need to change that shit up, bro. Like they can't be doing the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 the whole fucking album, bro. Like it gets boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
like,
the same lyrics.
Yeah.
He leaves the same lyrics too. Like you just say like, oh, he said that in the last 24 songs. But it's like it's cool though. I mean that's what your fans like, and that's what the people that they like. Mm-hmm. But
I mean, I mean, if it works for them, it works for them. You know,
definitely. And I just feel like me personally, I'm always growing. So like I'm always developing. So like my stuff's never gonna be the same as the one before. I try to make every project different and better.
You tend to make the project better than your last, always. You know, just
and show growth. Like I have to show growth that I'm growing as a person and as an individual.
Yeah.
I feel like it's much, like I said, it's a spiritual thing. And if your music is not developing, then that means you're not developing. Okay. And that's just like that's the way the cookie crumbles. Like
that's the way it crumbles.
It's just you
heard that.
And shout out to the crumble.
Sounded like a chopped and screwed.
The crumble.
Yeah, bro.
It's just
he's always like that. He's always like that. The way he is, really? Like he's always like that. I remember I needed to get something from my house, and he just gave me a ride, and like same way he's talking, I was like hey bro, like are you happy?
You don't want to see me happy. You don't want to see me happy because then I'm all over the place.
Because to me, like, I mean, when I meet you, like when I meet a person for the first time, it's like I'm careful because I don't want to say anything.
So you're Smooth Lugo.
Yeah, there you go. Smooth Lugo right there, bro.
Like,
Suave Lugo. Oh, that's the new trend right there, bro.
Lugo Suave. No, I'm very reserved as far as like it's just like I just try not to overwhelm people with because I'm very very emotional. Like I have like a very I have a strong personality, and it's just like I try to hold it back, like as far as like not like oh no, but I just like try to chill out and just like.
You're very passionate with the music, bro. That's basically what it is, and I admire that about you, bro.
I'm passionate about everything. I'm very just like I try to like.
You're very observant.
Yeah, he is.
I'm very observant. I'm very detail oriented, and like when it comes to like passion, like I'm passionate about a lot of things, like catch me on a Sunday watching a Detroit Lions game, and you'll see how passionate I am.
Are you a Detroit Lions fan?
Big time.
Yes.
Ooh.
Big Detroit Lions fan. And we would have beat the Eagles in the first week. Hey, that was a good game though.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Almost.
I have an old ass Barry Sanders card.
Oof, I have 3, so I'm gonna be adding to the collection.
wait a minute. It's not a gift.
I have a 1980. What is it? A 1987 closer rookie card from Barry Sanders.
They were scared. I'm not trying. I'm not trying.
Yeah, he's lying.
I'm not trying to talk shit. No,
he's talking shit.
No,
I'm
not.
Yes,
No,
he is.
but they gave me a scare because I think they were going to go in the playoffs, right?
Mhm.
They had a chance, but did they go or no?
No, they didn't. The Lions didn't.
The
Seahawks
Packers.
ended up.
But they had to beat the Packers, right?
Yeah, so what the way it was supposed to happen was if the Rams beat the Seahawks or if they got a tie, the Seahawks needed to win because the reason that they had the upper hand was because the Seahawks had beat the Lions during the season.
Because they were getting better, like at the on the
Lions
home
have,
stretch,
right
bro.
now, no one wanted the Lions in the playoffs because the way they were playing, Jared Goff had not thrown an interception since week 7. Like, dude, no one has done that, bro. Like, Jared Goff was on fire, having over 100 passer rating in every game for the last 8 games.
Yeah, bro. He's
finally
found his touch, bro.
Jared Goff turned into the quarterback the Rams wanted,
Yeah.
and he didn't. And they ended up getting Matthew Stafford, but Matthew Stafford was already in his prime at that time. And Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback. He's always going to be one of the Lions' greats. And him and Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders. I have nothing bad to say about Matthew Stafford.
And I bet they're all glad that they didn't get Carson Wentz because we got him.
Carson Wentz had his moment, and I just feel like injuries kind of deteriorated his career.
And the mind.
And yeah,
that whole thing with Nick, like,
yeah,
that fucked him up, bro.
Yeah, he took his ring from him, but I mean,
Yeah.
he got him there.
But yeah, bro, he
Carson
did.
Wentz
He
got
did,
him
but
there. And I'd say Eagles should give him credit for that because Carson Wentz did.
Oh yeah, hell
Okay,
yeah, bro.
so who's winning the bowl? Who's winning the bowl?
Hey, all I know is that
That's what I'm saying.
the way the way that the Eagles have been playing, bro, I feel like they can destroy the Chiefs.
Bro, don't say that.
But at
bro.
the same time, the Chiefs
are good.
The Chiefs are like, dude, you cannot. The Chiefs are so unpredictable though.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs are like, I feel like Andy Reid's like the freaking coach from the Waterboy, bro. He has that playbook and he just has like so many plays. Next thing you know, you can see a double reverse with a freaking flea flicker and be like, yo, what's going on? What was this?
What did you say? The annexation of Puerto Rico?
And I just hate him. No, but yeah, bro.
It's gonna be a good game, though, for sure.
And it's full circle, bro, because Andy Reid was
the Eagles coach.
An Eagles coach before he went.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Have you seen that flyer that the NFL did, where it's like the Super Bowl and it just shows Andy Reid and it's like cut in half and has both uniforms?
It's a trip, bro.
It's cool.
It's a fucking trip.
And then they're promoting the hell out of it. The
Yeah.
Brother Bowl and the Andy Reid Bowl and all this other stuff. They're just trying to like get marketing out there, like.
But it's crazy, like how it's all all legit. It's true.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
The whole
Full circle.
two black quarterbacks going
Definitely.
at it too, bro, and that's awesome. That's historical.
And
bro.
also Jalen Hurts' story too, like just how he was so overlooked and like how he's just like tossed to the side. Now he's just proving everybody.
I ain't gonna fucking lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this right now. If the Eagles win tomorrow, I'm gonna fucking cry, bro.
He's not lying about that.
I ain't lying
He's
right
not
now.
lying
Look,
about that.
bro,
He will.
and I'm gonna go right now. Like after I hit up Edinburgh and do the expo, when I come back, I'm going to the shrine. I'm going to light some candles. Bro, come on, bro. We need one more ring. Like, you see.
One more?
So we can have 2 for right now. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know, like.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be cool though, to have 2 rings and you're being a generation where you got to witness the Eagles win 2 rings, you know, and perhaps even more.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you know.
I'm not saying nothing. I didn't say
Whatever.
nothing.
Whatever.
I'm not trying to get beat up. I'm not saying nothing.
Hey, you never know. It's gonna be a good game though, that's for sure. I know it's gonna be.
You better not get in my car.
I'm not
And I know a lot of Eagles fans out here too, so I know a lot of them that are like, you know, they're just like holding on to this game for dear life.
Hell yeah, bro.
Because this is a tough game because you guys are playing against a tough team.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
The Chiefs are no joke.
And that's because
They've been to the Super Bowl.
Mahomes, they're
Like,
experienced, bro.
They've been to the Super Bowl, like Mahomes has already won. Mahomes already has a ring, and he has experience going to the Super Bowl already once. He's lost one.
Do you believe in the Madden curse?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's so evident, bro. I mean, it's pretty like it's like.
I've known that since the Marshall Faulk. When Marshall Faulk got into that cover,
Yeah.
the Rams didn't even go back.
Yeah.
Like shit started going downhill. Even that chunky noodle soup with fucking Donovan McNabb, that's a curse too, bro. Shit, you went and fucked it all up.
Donovan McNabb was partying the day before the Super Bowl, so that's.
You want to know the biggest curse?
Thank you for that. That's good.
You want to know the biggest curse?
What's the biggest?
Jerry Jones.
I'm not saying nothing because this is what I'm saying, bro. If I say something bad, it's not just her. It's all the homies that are Cowboys fans, bro. That's why I'm staying away from that, bro.
Hey, at least I can admit that stuff. I mean,
yeah, that's
at
good
least I
that you can admit that. Like
Dang
what he
shit.
said a while ago, like about at least we can experience.
There you go.
You know the general, like it happened. We were here when it happened. Like we weren't. That's what I'm saying.
We were here when it happened.
We were here when it happened. Like
you weren't born
you
yet.
were, I'm not saying anything.
He's saying it.
Hey, I'll say it though. Like, hey, did you see that video of like when they're in the draft and I forgot who it was.
David Akers.
And he was like, the last time that the Cowboys won the Super Bowl,
these draft picks weren't even born
yet. Yeah, I was like, Jesus.
You know what? It's facts.
The Cowboys fans were just, dude, that's like the
I mean, I still give them their flowers. All right, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they can still buy themselves flowers.
Do your thing. You know,
the Cowboys have potential, bro, but it's just like you gotta do important and key moments like that, like they they don't pull through.
You can say they choke.
Here's the thing.
They choke.
Here's the thing.
Pull through, I mean,
I'm not speaking towards you.
Well, I'm speaking it. I'm speaking
I'm
for
just
you.
Saying, I'm like Stephen A, bro. I like Stephen A. I got nothing against the Cowboys.
He lying.
The damn fans, bro. Like, let it go. Like, homeboy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say your name. I'm gonna say your name. Kevin Reese. Homeboy Kevin, bro.
Kevin.
Every year I keep my mouth shut, bro. I always keep my mouth shut, and I'm like, this dude's gonna fucking say something. I know he's gonna fucking say something. First week, he's like, he's all talking. He's talking all his shit. Get myself with Jalen. What's going on with Hurts? This and that. All this shit. Or Eagle, like anything Eagles related or other team related. And he's all talking about the Cowboys. Oh yeah, baby, boom. CD Lamb, boom, boom. But when they lose, crickets. But I know he shares shit just to fucking rub it in my face. So all this season, bro, I stayed quiet, bro. I've been quiet, and I'm gonna stay quiet until the end of tomorrow.
Except on other people's clothes.
Huh?
Except on other people's clothes.
I
Don't lie.
I just said this is all I say. An accident waiting to happen. That's all I said about the Cowboys.
Yeah, their fans are pretty difficult to deal with sometimes, but.
Oh no, I agree.
Not
sometimes, all the time.
And I just feel like a lot of them don't know football. Though. A lot of them don't even know like the actual like rules and stuff.
I don't even want to cross that line. I don't even want to cross that line.
But that's so true that you say that. Like I have friends. Like okay, I don't know exactly everything about football, but I know a lot about it. And I have some friends that don't even know how many downs it takes to get to the next.
Like I said,
you're like, what?
I don't want to cross that line. I'm good. I'm good.
They just know they're in the end zone touchdown.
And then honestly, like a lot of them just support them because it's in Texas. Like it's the closest thing that's here. Like it's like, oh, Dallas, and it's like, bro, what about Houston? You know what I mean? And it's just like
I'm ready for the XFL, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely Brahmas.
San Antonio Brahmas, bro.
I'm
down too. I'm down to go, bro.
I'm trying to go out there and watch some games. And Heinz Ward's the coach for the Brahmas. So
Yep.
Pretty cool. And it'll be nice to see Dwayne Johnson there in the field.
Yep.
Like, what's up,
and of all mascots, the Brahmas, bro. The Brahma Bull. Dope.
I wonder how their uniforms are gonna look like.
I'm ready to go out there. I'm gonna support the Texas team.
And the XFL is like it's about time to get a football team.
That's how I'm saying.
You gotta finally support a Texas team.
Yeah.
And Josh Gordon's actually playing in XFL, but I forgot what team he's. I think he's with the Battlehawks.
Damn, he's still playing.
Yeah,
I know.
He's a receiver with. I think he's with the Battlehawks. I'm not sure. They put the roster up. I think like 2 days ago.
Nice.
And I saw that Josh Gordon's there, and AJ McCarron's also a quarterback for one of the teams. So he's there's some NFL experience in there, and a lot of them are like.
Hey, with the Bengals, right? AJ.
Yeah, he was like the third stringer, and he was actually good. He was with Alabama, but I'm not sure what happened. Like I guess he just never had his chance to start, or he did, but he just didn't.
Yeah, some of these players, bro, they're real good, and they just
never
don't
got
get
that shine.
shine, bro.
And I guarantee you, a lot of the players that are gonna come out on the XFL are gonna end up getting some shine and might go to the NFL.
Yeah, perfect example, Brock Purdy, bro.
No, yeah, definitely.
I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you play the game, bro. You get hurt, next man up.
Definitely.
That's it.
Brock Purdy was like the fourth guy up.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
The 49ers, like what hurt him was just the injuries, bro. Like but their defense just didn't come in clutch that day. They're number one defense, and they just didn't play like that. Because at the end of the day, your quarterback can be gone and out.
That's
and
it.
If the defense steps up, they have to step up. They're
Yep.
like, hey, Ray Lewis didn't have that excuse when they didn't have a quarterback.
Ray was
That Trent Dilfer, like Trent Dilfer is like, dude, no one talks about Trent Dilfer, but everyone talks about the Ravens defense because the defense is the one that he takes over.
Like the defense wins championships.
Definitely.
Like the Bucks when Brad Johnson was playing.
Oh yeah.
Brad Johnson. But the fucking defense, like, they had a packed fucking, they were a packed house, bro.
There's a lot of different factors, but yeah, defense does win championships. That's what I feel like matters the most. And the Niners at that time just didn't. And I know that the Super Bowl is going to be crazy because it's like both offenses are really good and both defenses are really good. The Chiefs got a good defense and the Eagles got a good defense and they have both have a good offense.
I'm just going to wait to see.
Jalen Hurts has Jalen Hurts, I feel like he has so much potential though. He's just so cool and collected.
Yeah.
He has so much potential to do that.
He needs to work harder, bro. Like, he needs to develop more. But he's good.
He has the right focus and stuff. And the fact that he has like this crazy focus. I see him in the games. He's just not really focused on nothing but the game.
Bro, he's like no emotion. He's like he reminds me of Kobe and Tim Duncan, bro. Tim Duncan, like, he just plays, bro.
And just stays quiet.
That's it.
And Mahomes is like very out there, but Mahomes, like, man, the way he plays, like he can be falling
into
a ball like that, and someone catches it, bro.
It's like somebody's playing fucking Madden, dude. Like, fucking stop this guy, dude.
Like those glitches in Madden.
Yeah, bro.
And the ball just like spits
like,
out and it comes out. Like, how does he throw that?
Throws
He's
it under his legs and shit. He fucking touchdown.
Yeah,
like,
he's playing NFL Street, to be honest.
Yeah, true that.
That was badass. I fucking love that fucking game,
Yeah, bro.
That game was dope.
You couldn't do Adrian James. Yeah, and that game was unstoppable, bro. You could not tackle him.
Fuck yeah, that was a badass game, bro.
Shout out to GameCube.
GameCube
has that game, and once they get their ass,
GameCube.
get their ass whooped, let me know because I'll definitely keep playing that game. That and Mortal Kombat. No one wants that smoke from that.
You should do a game night. Dun, dun, dun. You up for a game night?
I'm down.
We'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see what's up.
I'll bring the projector.
I'm like,
alright.
Mortal Kombat's my thing, especially in Armageddon, man. Liu Kang's my guy. I love using Liu Kang.
No, I'm a little rusty.
And then the new ones, like the new Mortal Kombat games, like I like to use Scorpion a lot. But Jason was dope with Mortal Kombat X. The machete could disappear in a mist and stuff. I was like, first of all, Jason's good at that, but it's still cool.
Yeah, Scorpion's my dude too, man. I always go with Scorpion.
And I hate people who use Sub-Zero because they do the low kick.
The little slide.
Yeah, I hate that, dude. It's just like, bro, do something at. So that's why I like Liu Kang, because I just feel he has like neutral moves.
Well, that's why I like doing, like, you know how Scorpion, like, he goes off the screen and comes back. I always do
little fire flip, whatever.
Yep.
That's cool. I like doing that.
Throw the spear, do it again, go back on it.
And Kung Lao
combination.
Kung Lao was like, honestly, Kung Lao has like the best combo moves, but you have to like know how to use them because they're more time based. You have to hit them at the right time to like hit them, like, and it's kind of difficult because he does this like, I think it's called like the monkey punches, and he does like 6 punches like quick. But you have to like hit them a certain way. They're hard combos to like nail, but once you do, like, bro, people use them online all the time and they whoop my ass. I'm just like, dude, how the hell do you use? Like, are you that good with this guy? Yeah, and he throws a freaking hat and stuff. But those are my favorite games.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the Real Culture Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I do want you to plug in your social media if you want to go ahead and put it out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Well, my name's Jae Lugo. For the people tuning in. But you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Jae Lugo 9v6. That's everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat too. You can go ahead and it's the same handle at Jae Lugo 9v6.
And where can they find your music at?
You can find my music everywhere on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, whatever your platform is. You can find me on there. I'm on YouTube as well. Planning on dropping some more content, so just go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube at Jae Lugo 9v6.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. Ganlisa, Quez, and we're going to have Jae Lugo give you a little taste of his music, so stay tuned and watch his performance. Thank you for tuning in.
cómo brillas. Eres todo para mí, eres todo para mí. No te puedo dar lo que tú no das, me das lo menos si tú quieres más. Con tu gracia y tu novedad, me dejas ahí queriendo más. Amor bien prohibido cuando estoy contigo, pero yo no puedo estar sin ti. Amor bien prohibido cuando estoy contigo, pero yo no puedo estar sin ti. Eres bien linda, bonita, me gusta cómo mueves, mira cómo brillas. Eres todo para mí, eres todo para mí. Love the way you move, it has me oh so high. Love the way you move that body side to side. Love the way you move, it has me oh so high. Love the way you move that body side to side. Eres bien linda, bonita, me gusta cómo mueves, mira cómo brillas. Eres todo